But we as a continent have now defined ourselves.
Hello and welcome to your Digital First Pan-African News Network, TOS TV. I am Merciful Ajinamo, and you are watching TOS News Update. According to reports, there has been a scarcity of foreign rice weeks after the reopening of borders by the federal government. The report shows that many traders in some markets in Abuja on Saturday were out of stock of foreign rice in their shops and warehouses. Hajia Ramatu Mohammed, a rice seller in Utaku Market in Abuja, said, in view of the scarcity, the price of foreign rice had increased in the market. She also stated that the scarcity started in the last 2 weeks. Hajia Ramatu also stated in January and February that the foreign rice available all over the place in the market, that time they were buying 25,000 naira and selling at 26,000 naira, but in the last 2 weeks, it has gone up to 27,000 naira and 28,000 naira and is still not available. Director General World Trade Organization Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala yesterday arrived in Nigeria on a 4-day official visit aimed at enhancing trade and improving the Nigerian economy. Dr. Okonjo-Iweala, who assumed duty on March 1, 2021 as the new Director General of the WTO, is also in Nigeria to express appreciation to President Muhammadu Buhari and hold discussions on how to grow economic activities. She expressed optimism on Nigeria's share of trade in Africa, and Nigeria could use the African Continental Free and Trade Area to boost trade and investment. Burna Boy won the Best Global Music Album category, while Wizkid won the Best Music Video for his song with Beyoncé, Brown Skin Girl from Lion King, The Gift album. Beyoncé's daughter, Blue Ivy, was also a winner on the song. The Best Music Video award is given to the artist, video director, and video producer. Burna Boy, real name Damini Ogulu, a nominee for his second consecutive year, won with his Twice as Tall album. This is your Digital First Pan-African Network, TOS Television, and you are watching TOS TV News Update. This day. You're welcome back. The People's Democratic Party (PDP) yesterday said the recent statement credited to the National Security Advisor, General Babangana Mongono, on the $1 billion arms fund was an indication that the money had allegedly been diverted. The PDP, in a statement by its National Publicity Secretary, Kola Olobodiyin, said it is shameful that President Muhammadu Buhari is presiding over a security architecture where funds meant for arms are allegedly unaccounted for. The opposition party stated that President Buhari, as the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, must take the full responsibility of explaining the whereabouts of the $1 billion as the buck stops only on his table. According to the party, 4 years down the line, nobody has seen the Super Tucano planes and no explanation has been given by the Buhari presidency over the whereabouts of the money. Moment after the National Security Advisor Babangana Mongono alleged in an interview with the British Broadcasting Service that the government was unable to trace and account for the $1 billion taken from the excess crude account in 2018 to buy weapons during the tenure of the former service chiefs, presidential spokesman Garba Shehu has denied that any money was missing. Even though the NSA has partially walked back his allegations, few are convinced that he didn't know what he was talking about. The president has done his best by approving huge sums of money for the purchase of weapons, but weapons were not bought and also not available. He assured that the president will take issues of this matter seriously. There is also preliminary investigation showing the funds are missing and the equipment is nowhere to be found. And after the appointment of the new service chiefs, they also confirmed nothing was found. And talking security forces comprising operatives of the Army, Air Force, DSS and police have stepped up efforts to rescue dozens of students abducted from their hostels in Kaduna State in the latest attack on schools. State Police spokesman Mohammed Jalenge has said a combined team of police, army and other security forces are in a frantic search for the kidnapped student. We are combining the surrounding forests and bushes with a view to freeing the hostages very soon to be over for the bandits. The Kaduna College was said to have some 300 male and female students, mostly aged 17 or older, at the time of the attack. Findings from Leadership Sunday have revealed that the federal government stands to lose 70 billion naira monthly if it pushes for reintroduction of fuel subsidy by labor unions. This is as a result of the fact that the 2021 national budget did not make provision for petrol subsidy payment. The 10.41 trillion naira paid by federal government in 14 years, divided by 14 years, sums up to 744 billion naira per annum. If broken down further, the average monthly subsidy payments being paid is 62 billion. Meanwhile, the instability of the foreign exchange market, coupled with the fact that the dollar has gained more strength against the naira in recent times, means the monthly subsidy payment will be more than the previous 62 billion naira. As it stands, the government will be losing at least 70 billion naira monthly, a subsidy if it is reintroduced this time around. The House of Representatives spokesman Benjamin Kalu revealed last week that the country's lower chamber was hard up, broke even, and in dire financial strait. According to him, contractors could not be paid, adding that the cash crunch in the country's economy and the disheartening exchange rate of the naira had powered the agony on the House. In response, Nigerians had neither sympathy nor concern, but only scorn to give. He also stated the budget of the National Assembly is supposed to be reviewed in view of its purchasing ability on the basis of the services that will help the parliament to move forward. At the moment, it is a weak budget, and this is the truth. The poor budget of the parliament is a disservice to Nigerians. The immediate reaction that trailed Honorable Kalu's revelations was that the House and not the representatives currently in office was what had come to such a sorry pass as to be in debt and disrepair. You're watching TUS News Update. Up next, development across Africa after the break. Do stay. You're welcome back. The prestigious U.S. magazine Global Finance, specializing in financial market and investment banking, has named the African Development Bank as the best multilateral financial institution in the world for 2021. The award is a global recognition for the path-breaking efforts of the African Development Bank as it transforms itself into a solutions bank for Africa through a combination of its operations, knowledge services, and investment positioning, which continue to help accelerate Africa's development. In 2020, the African Development Bank received broad recognition for responding swiftly to the needs of the African continent in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic and for its pioneering role in the global social bond market. The bank's Fight COVID-19 special bond was the largest ever US dollar denominated bond in world history, floated on the Luxembourg Stock Exchange and listed on the London Stock Exchange and the Nasdaq Sustainable Bond platform. Kenya will not take part in Monday's hearings over its maritime border dispute with Somalia at the International Court of Justice. Kenya accuses the ICJ of bias in the case, which concerns the 62,000 square miles triangle in the Indian Ocean. The area is thought to be rich in oil and gas. The dispute is at the heart of a diplomatic row between the neighbors. Somalia brought the case in 2014, saying the maritime frontier should follow on in the same direction as the land border, while Kenya argues that it has always been taken in a horizontal line from the point where the two countries meet off the coast. Ethiopia's Ministry of Health on Saturday launched its COVID-19 vaccination rollout, with healthcare workers being the first to be inoculated at an event held at Eka Kotebe COVID-19 Hospital. The WHO representative Dr. Burema Ahmed Sambi said the arrival of the first batch of COVID-19 vaccines through COVAX provides an effective tool to end the acute phase of the pandemic and also to maximize the public health benefit of the vaccine. The National Vaccine Deployment Plan has prioritized the first doses for health and essential workers and other at-risk groups. The first shipment of 2.2 million AstraZeneca vaccines produced by Serum Institute of India arrived in Ethiopia on 6 March 2021 through COVAX, which facilitated the procurement and shipment of the vaccine. You're still watching TUS News Update. Up next, news from the international scene, business and sport. To stay. Welcome back. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security on Saturday ordered an emergency agency that usually responds to floods, storms and other major disasters to help care for a growing number of migrant children arriving at the U.S.-Mexico border. DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas said in a report that he would deploy the Federal Emergency Management Agency to help receive, shelter and transport the children for the next 90 days. The move signals the scope of a growing humanitarian and political crisis for the administration of President Joe Biden, a Democrat who took office January 20th. It is uncertain how FEMA will help, though the agency has expertise in housing and caring for those left homeless. The agency has set up plans to work with other agencies to provide water, food and basic medical care. In business, Africa's leader in sustainability, Access Bank PLC, was presented with a certificate for achieving the highest level of sustainability certification under the Sustainability Standards and Certification Initiative Program at the World Development Finance Forum in Kaoushi, Germany. This act makes Access Bank the first commercial bank in Africa to achieve this certification and is a major step towards realizing its vision to become the world's most respected African bank. And to tennis, the 33-year-old Djokovic, who won his 18th Grand Slam at the Australian Open last month, hitting Roger Federer's record on March 8 when he moved past the Swiss to hold the top ranking for the 311th week. Novak Djokovic is capable of extending his record for holding the men's world #1 ranking for most weeks to 400, said Russia's Daniil Medvedev, who will climb up to a career best ranking of second on Monday. The 33-year-old Djokovic, who won his 18th Grand Slam at the Australian Open last month, hitting Roger Federer's record on March 8 when he moved past the Swiss to hold the top ranking for the 311th week. And that is TOS News Update on your digital first Pan-African network. For more updates, visit www.tostvnetwork.com. Do follow and like TOS TV Network on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. Do stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS TV Network. I am Merciful Ajinomo. Bye for now.
But we as a continent are now defining ourselves